You're listening to the AstroMommy Daily Horoscope, a forecast that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Whether you're a first-time listener or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in the AstroMommy community. Without further ado, here is the Daily Horoscope. New Moon in Virgo 2023 Deep Dive, September 14th, 2023. Good morning, friends. Today we are going to take a deep dive into the New Moon in Virgo chart, its aspects and symbolism in order to get a feel for what to expect over this next month. The moon conjoins the sun at 21 degrees Virgo, 58 minutes for the new moon on Thursday, September 14th, 2023 at 9:39 p.m. Eastern Time. Below is the new moon in Virgo chart, cast for Washington, D.C. using whole sign houses. You can see the sun and the moon together on the bottom right-hand side of the chart, co-present with Mercury, who has stationed about to turn direct on Friday. Directly opposite the new moon is Neptune in Pisces on the upper left-hand side of the chart. Jupiter and Uranus are both there in Taurus, forming trines to this new moon. Venus in Leo is at the bottom of the chart, applying to square Jupiter. Below is a table that I put together with some keywords associated with the Virgo house topics that the new moon will be activating according to your rising sign. How to read the table. Find your rising sign in the left column of the table, and you'll see the topics associated with the house that Virgo rules in your chart based on the whole sign house system in the right column. This is not an exhaustive list of house topics, but just something to get you started. Okay, let's get into the astrology of the new moon in Virgo. In my observations, there are 6 interesting things about this new moon chart that I want to briefly point out. First, the new moon is in an applying opposition to Neptune in Pisces retrograde. Second, the new moon is conjunct the fixed star Denebola, which is in the constellation Leo and is part of the tail of the lion. Third, Venus and Jupiter are in a little-known aspect called an anticia with each other that acts like a hidden conjunction. Fourth, this new moon is happening when Mercury is stationing about to turn direct the very next day. Fifth, both the sun and moon are separating from a trine to Jupiter and applying to a trine to Uranus. Sixth, this is the last lunar cycle before the solar eclipse, which will be the next new moon in Libra on October 14th, 2023. Okay, so let's briefly break these down. First, the moon opposite Neptune means that we are feeling at odds with some part of our life or the world at large that feels mysterious, confusing, and hard to put our fingers on. We think we've got it figured out, and then the thought vanishes, only to come back again in the future. It feels like we've just woken up from a dream that we can't remember, but we know it was important. This aspect could indicate some challenges over the next month that are really profound. Second, the new moon is happening within 1 degree of the fixed star Denebola. According to Bernadette Brady in her book, Brady's Book of Fixed Stars, Denebola in a natal chart denotes, quote, seeing the world differently from others, and that your ideas might disturb other people, unquote. How I am looking at this is that this new moon, on a personal level, may include feeling a bit on the fringe of the mainstream narrative, and whichever house this new moon is taking place in your natal chart, those themes and topics may be where you are looking at things differently than others during this next month. Look at the table again above with this in mind and see if this turns out to be true for you, and then let me know. I am so curious about this. For myself, this new moon is happening in my 4th house, and so I am wondering, will I see things differently at home, and if so, how? Brady also quotes famous astrologer Reinhold Ebertin as saying that Denebola can represent major catastrophes in mundane charts, and in a natal chart indicates exciting events which can be negative or positive. Meaning, if we look at the chart for the country as a whole, the new moon in conjunction with Denebola may indicate a warning of some major catastrophe, whereas if we look at it in our personal charts, it may mean something exciting taking place that could go either way. Third, Venus and Jupiter are in an anticia with each other, which acts like a hidden conjunction. Antician pairs are signs that have a relationship across the axes of the solstices, where they have the same light and dark qualities as each other. Venus and Jupiter in a hidden conjunction are really positive, especially with their upcoming square right after the anticia perfects. This is really auspicious for abundance, love, joy, and happiness permeating this month. I'm loving this. Because it is an anticia that symbolizes something hidden or underlying energy, it does make me think that this aspect may manifest more in our private lives rather than out in the open. The upcoming square between Venus and Jupiter may be more visible, whereas the anticia may be more private. Fourth, Mercury will station direct on Friday, September 15th, 2023 at 4:21 p.m. Eastern Time. This represents forward-moving action, doors finally opening when they have felt closed, cars starting, traffic clearing, technology working, and communication flowing. I feel like this is another positive omen that things will start to move forward a bit. Even though we will still have 5 other planets retrograde, at least we will have 3 planets moving forward, Mars, Venus, and Mercury, and that will feel a lot better. Fifth, the Sun and Moon are separating from a trine to Jupiter and applying to a trine to Uranus. I feel that this represents some positive surprises coming in this next lunar cycle that may be of benefit or aid. It could feel a bit abrupt, but be a blessing overall. And last but not least, the sixth interesting thing is that this is the last lunar cycle before the solar eclipse, which will be the next new moon in Libra on October 14th, 2023. This lunar cycle may feel really important as we get closer and closer to eclipse season, especially since it is in Virgo, which is the sign right before the changing of the seasons from summer to fall. There's already change in the air and the feeling of closing something out so you can begin something new. This just turns that up a notch and really amplifies this transition from warm to cool, from light to dark, from a hyper focus on the details to a wider focus on relationships as we enter fall. Those are my thoughts about this new moon. I hope you found this helpful and interesting, and I'm looking forward to hearing about what happens in your life during this new moon in Virgo. Until tomorrow, AstroMommy. If you seek knowledge and enlightenment, the AstroMommy newsletter may be right for you. Side effects of reading or listening to the AstroMommy newsletter are common and include joy, jubilation, delight, happiness, gratitude, love, triumph, feeling in tune with the universe, experiencing deep insights, reflections, and contemplations, a lightened soul, a lighter step, feeling awake when others are asleep, illuminated, enlightened, having spiritual experiences, noticing repeating numbers, animals in nature, or songs on the radio that speak to you, getting vibes, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsmelliance, feeling like you know secret language, biophilia, crying tears of joy, emotional literacy, feeling lively, stable, exalted, having an auric glow, or feeling like you woke up on the right side of the bed have all been reported. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a very small commission. Thanks for listening.